All right, folks, hello and welcome to this evening's live stream titled Crypto Chaos Distracts from Game-Changing Infrastructure Being Built. We got to get into it tonight. We're going to run it up, and I just want to say thank you so much for helping me grow this community, guys. I really appreciate all the support. We are recently just ran a little bit of a deal here on our Patreon Discord membership, and I wanted to make you guys aware of this. We just started to have some members, take advantage of the year-long discount. If you sign up and you pay for a year membership, it is discounted at a 16% rate, okay? That was the most that Patreon would let me discount it. And so if you take advantage of that, you can pay for a year up front. 16% is your savings. And I've decided to throw in a free additional 30-minute one-on-one session with myself included if you pay for a year up front between now and the end of the year. So between now and the end of the year, if you take advantage of that full year up front, I'm going to include a free additional one-on-one 30-minute session with myself. And also, I've been letting you guys know, talk to your tax accountant, your tax professional. You may be able to write this off because we are giving you guys a little bit of business education within the Discord group as well. So see if you can write that off with your accountant and tax professional. Now, with that being said, I was just telling the Discord group, we're looking here at the Bitcoin chart, and you guys can see this thing. A little bit of a pump today, okay? But I just shared this in our trading chat. One sec. I apologize. Here we go. All good to go. Let's take a look here at this chart, guys. So as you can see here, this thing has pumped back up. And I was telling the Discord group, I said, this thing wicked right to the resistant line I have had going here for a while. It's tempting to trade when we continue to be tapped in on Bitcoin's movement, but I am still on the sidelines. And so you can see on this chart here, this top horizontal line right here is the resistance line I had drawn out here just a way, going back now over a week, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, it could have even been 2 weeks now. Then we've been kind of looking, we've been talking about this, looking for the potential for Bitcoin to roll back up to nearly 18K. And we said that we would not be getting excited and that we would be ready for that bull trap rally to come through. Here we go. We got it perfectly on time. And the whole Fed excitement, the Federal Reserve meeting that took place today and is going to be taking place tomorrow, we're going to get the announcement on how much higher they're going to be raising interest rates. But people are starting to get excited. They think that the Fed is going to potentially only raised by 50 basis points tomorrow. And so we're going to be waiting for that announcement. And after we get that Fed meeting tomorrow, I will bring further additional details and updates in regards to that. But I'm just going to kind of let it play out. And at this point, like I said, because of the liquidity crisis, I am not trading in this market. Even though we've been spot on over the target with where Bitcoin's at, it was a lot of fun trading this thing. But at this current time, I am on the sidelines, right? Now, a free signal that I gave to everyone, and I wanted to share this, bring this one back up with you guys here today, is this little coin right here, xrpnet. This is the xrpnet chart here on CoinMarketCap, and as you can see here, this thing hit an all-time high of nearly 1.5 cents. That was back in July, but here just recently, it went all the way up to basically 0.007. It was basically 0.008 cents. Okay, so it was almost 1 cent, almost made it to 1 cent. And then on December 4th, I'm going to show you guys where the price was at on December 4th. December 4th was actually at that high. Yeah, when we were trading at 0.0078, back when we just peaked out here again, we did this pump. That is when I had my 50,000 subscriber celebration. And maybe you guys were there, maybe you recall, we warned about this coin, particularly just the technicals and the way that this thing was pumping, that it was about to roll back over. As you can see on this chart, this thing has absolutely rolled back on over. And today we are back down to 0.0039. Now, it did pump 12% today, 13% today, so a little bit of a recovery, but this thing has absolutely rolled over, and this was a free signal that we threw out when we were celebrating 50,000 subscribers. I mixed it in there. It was about an hour and a half long session that we had some fun there, and I do appreciate all of the new subscribers, all the new people, and for those of you that are helping me spread this message. But that was a free signal that we gave out for everyone, and that was an easy one to spot, easy one to see, and I had I think it was the CEO of xrpnet reach out to me, and we may be getting him on the show And I made it very clear. I said, hey, the warning that I was giving was based off of the technical price movement, has nothing to do with the utility and what you guys are building and what your guys' story is. So I want to make my platform available for everyone on the XRP ledger, everyone that's building out real utility for the new financial system and for humanity, trying to move something forward here for us. I definitely want to make my platform available, but we've watched these XRP ledger tokens do the same dance time after time. And that one was a very easy move to spot coming. So this is why it's so important that we're keeping you guys tapped in, because we're seeing these moves in real time. And most of the signals that I give are not hidden in a trading group. It's not hidden in a trading course. It's not anything like that. I always am giving my signals out for free. Obviously, my Discord group does hear it first because I'm sharing my trades. I'm sharing what I see in real time with my Discord group. But then I always show up here on the live streams and I just throw it down, free signals. And we called it last month, the sacrifice on the blood moon, full blood moon lunar eclipse. We called it perfectly. FTX was the deal. Now, here we are a month later. We're saying we don't know which exchange goes next, but we know that we're not done. We're going back down to the downside. And now we're going to get into here shortly, Binance. The withdrawals totaling $3 billion out of Binance in the past 24 hours. Okay. So I whatever the Fed's going to do here tomorrow, that is not going to stop the crypto chaos. And that's, one thing that we need to be aware of. Although we're going to finish off the session, we always finish off with major bullish news and real utility and adoption that we're seeing that does get us excited. I always give the warnings. I always give that caveat, okay, on where we're at on this timeline. Okay. I'm no longer trading this thing. But for those of you that are looking to accumulate, I think that we're going to be coming into some deals here shortly, okay? This is the bull trap rally that everyone wanted. Have fun while it lasts. Merry Christmas. And watch out for the new year. That is my warning to everyone. Merry Christmas and watch out for the new year. Enjoy this fake bull trap rally. This is another signal. 12/13 is today's date, and we're pumping based off this Fed news. And what did we say? We said, guys, time after time, we get these Fed CPI data, these Fed meetings, FOMC meeting pumps, like the day of. As soon as Jerome Powell's speaking, the market's already rolled back over. So we'll see. We'll be watching this one again closely tomorrow, okay? Now, in regards to this situation, I want to say thank you to the Super Chats. We got JJ with the 2-spot. SBF didn't. JJ tapped in, brother. Thank you. Thank you, JJ. I appreciate that. Okay, thank you. Let's get it rolling, guys. We got to talk about this one from the New York Post. Joe Biden falsely says he cut national debt by $1.7 trillion after increasing it $3.7 trillion. Can you guys believe that? Increasing our national debt here by $3.7 trillion. Now, Biden obviously doesn't know where he's at, claiming that he's cut the national debt by 1.7, but couldn't be further from the truth. And we know that these guys are living in an alternate reality. 3.7 trillion is how much Joe Biden has grown this national debt. Unbelievable. Okay, but we still got funds for Ukraine. You already know the deal. We have the United States reportedly plans to send Patriot missile defense systems to Ukraine. We always are going to be showing support for the Ukraine folks over there. Now, back into these markets, guys. Check this out. This one's from Zero Hedge. We have 3.7, speaking of 3.7 trillion, actually, we got 3.7 trillion of option notional expires on the 16th of December. So the end of this week. Folks, this timeline is massive this week. Major week that we're watching unfold. And in this session, I'm really not even going to get into the Sam Bankman-Fried drama saga. You guys are watching that in real time, okay? And that's fun. That we're enjoying that show. But here, I want to get into some other things because you guys are already watching that. Right here, folks, this is incredible. Okay, 3.7 trillion of notional options are going to be expiring at the end of this week. Okay, so we're going to have massive volatility coming in. Right now, we're in the middle of a bull trap rally, but there's some massive data points right here. This is from Zero Hedges, one of their economists, experts, one of the reports that they gave off. But here's their findings. Okay. The 60-40 portfolio, guys, since the 1900s, we have 122 years of data. The year to date, the US 60-40, the world's and voting retirement portfolio is down 15% for the 7th worst year on record. So when we ask, how's your program working out? The traditional move for the retirements, the 401ks, is the 60-40 portfolio, which is 60% equities, 40% bonds. down 15% year to date for the 7th worst on record. The only ones worse than that were 2008, 1974, 1937, 1931, 1917, and 1907. That's incredible. Now, the S&P, with 122 years of data, is down 16% year to date for the 10th worst year on record. Okay, and then the U.S. Treasuries are down 13% for the worst year on record. 1994 was the second worst, and bonds were down 8%. So we've nearly, we're about to double the worst year on record for Treasuries, which in the traditional program, we ask, how's your program working out? They suggest 40%. The financial advisor that you're going to sit down with when you go to move your 401k and your retirement account to precious metals by using the link on down below is going to tell you, hold up. This is just a bad year. It's going to come back. Don't worry. It's going to come back. But if you guys want to take advantage, precious metals, move that 401k retirement account. The link's on down below. Okay. But let's continue going through this. This is unbelievable. And this is sad. Very sad to see the retirement accounts getting absolutely obliterated. U.S. Treasuries down 13% for the worst year on record. Okay. Nearly double the second worst year on record. That's pretty poor. Okay. The median return for the 10 worst 60/40 performance years in our 122-year history is down 16%. So 2022 is in line with the worst years for asset allocation on record. That is how their program is working out. The 60/40 portfolio rebounded in 9 out of the 10 following years by a median return of 17%. The only year that did not rebound was the Great Depression of 1931. So there's the good news, right? The portfolios, all that's been absolutely smacked, okay? But it has rebounded. But the opportunity that I see is much, much greater than a return that we're looking at potentially for the S&P 500 and for these index funds that the Wall Street brokers, these broker-than-you brokers on Wall Street that have something to sell you, right? It's unfortunate that they aren't able to implement the full program yet. Because for us, we understand why people set up a Roth IRA account. We understand why the financial advisors have some of the programs, life insurance and others. I get it. And it's nice to have a well-rounded strategy, obviously, taking advantage of all the different tools. But the fact that it's just now becoming available for you to actually invest into cryptocurrencies, and then it's now coming available for you to invest in some of these, startup tech companies pre-IPO with platforms like Link2, right? I'm not a sponsor or anything of Link2, but that's pretty cool what they're going on down there. What I decided to do, and that's because I believe in the precious metals so much. I got a 10-ounce silver bar right here. I collect and I'm sitting on some silver myself. 10-ounce Troy bar right here, 10 Troy ounces silver bar. And I got my 1-ounce Eagles as well, Buffalo Heads. But I decided to partner up with those precious metals folks on down below. That's someone that you can trust for rolling over your 401k retirement account to precious metals, because we got to get alternative investments going right now. While we watch the old system completely fail, while we watch them report the worst years on record, okay, we see that we have tremendous opportunities as we titled this video, Crypto Chaos Distracts from Game-Changing Infrastructure Being Built. And it's 2022, about to be 2023 here, and you still want me to invest in a bond, in a dollar, in a government that's bankrupt. The president of the country just said that he's cut the debt by 1.7 trillion, but in fact, he's actually grown it by 3.7 trillion. And you want me to buy a bond? Wall Street boys and girls, what are we doing? That's an incredible failure of a program. Okay. Now, our crypto bags have been wrecked too. So we are guilty of that, of absolutely getting smacked in the crypto space. But we understand, the potential upside is nowhere near what we're talking about in the traditional stock market, especially with these index funds. But nonetheless, let's get into the crypto chaos here. We have Jim the Cramer. My condolences to all crypto investors. The kiss of death just occurred. Jim Cramer, quote, CZ looks like a good guy. I'm bullish here. RIP Binance, inverse Cramer, and poor Jim Cramer. Yeah, this guy, terrible. Now, these guys have been able to make fun of us crypto kids because of deals like this. This is from Zero Hedge. They're saying they're coming for fraud twit. And this is the SEC, and they're suing a group of promoters And this just cracked me up right here. I wanted to show you guys this. One of these, Daniel Knight, aka Deity of Dips, and John Rybarks, aka Ultra Calls, aka the Stock Sniper. So it just cracks me up because you're seeing now the cases are dropping. Not only have we seen Sam Bankman-Fried arrested, but we've also seen they're going after the Hex promoters. They're going after everyone here. The Deity of Dips and the Stock Sniper. Yeah. Now, we are seeing a situation here that's pretty incredible on Binance. This is from CZ trying to break up some of the FUD and the fear that's going around with the bank run that's occurring at Binance right now. CZ says, on USDC, we have seen an increase in withdrawals. However, the channel to swap from PAX to Binance to USDC requires going through a bank in New York in USD. The banks are not open for another few hours. We expect the situation will be restored when the banks open. These are one-to-one conversions, no margin or leverage involved. We will also try to establish more fluid swap channels in the future. In the meantime, feel free to withdraw any other stablecoin, Binance USD, and that's the USDT, Tether, etc. Okay, so that is what's being reported out of Binance. But we've seen in the past day 3 billion exiting the Binance exchange, which is good to see, and it's because people are seeing situations like this. This is Dylan LeClaire reporting here from Binance, and this is insider, this is unconfirmed, but this is basically what the insiders are saying right now. Quote, execs bailing, institutional jump, capital fleeing, and charges are coming. Now, there's rumors that the Department of Justice is going to be dropping charges against them. I'm sure that the SEC will try to piggyback right behind them. And I just thought that it was funny, that we're waiting on banks to open. I thought crypto right here, we're supposed to replace the banks, right? We're trying to get outside of that system. And meanwhile, the CZ Binance situation, using the banks as an excuse for why the withdrawals were kind of stalled up there. Okay, so we're going to continue to be reporting on that situation. But as we said, these exchanges are not your friend. Conduct your business transaction and get yourself some cold storage. Get yourself a solution that's going to get your keys in your hands. Not your keys, not your crypto. You guys know the deal. Now, the traditional banks also committing fraud. Denmark's largest bank, Danske Bank, has pleaded guilty to defrauding U.S. banks and agreed to pay a $2 billion penalty. What next? From Gold Telegraph. Yeah, so right now we're seeing, guys, and this is not just crypto. This is the traditional space as well. And as we watch this unfold, we want to preserve the capital that we got, and then we want to figure out where's the upside from when this thing rebounds and we start to implement this new system. After we figured out who all the fraudsters were, from the crypto kids all the way to the biggest banks like JP Morgan getting caught manipulating precious metals, and other markets for that matter as well. Okay, so we're going to continue to be reporting on this. Next, we have DAI, Digital Asset Investor, huge shout out. We have the Sunshine Act notice here for an SEC government meeting that's going to be taking place on the 15th of this month. Now, these meetings happen every month, and the Sunshine Act basically is a law that basically tells the SEC that they have to report to us every time that they're going to have a meeting, and they're going to be discussing these matters here, folks. Check this out from Cowboy Crypto. The subject matter of the closed meeting will consist of the following topics: institution and settlement of injunctive actions, institution and settlement of administrative proceedings, resolution of litigation claims, and other matters relating to examinations and enforcement proceedings. So, folks, this is a big week right here that we're in right now, because not only do we have a Sunshine Act, which means the SEC is going to be meeting, talking about settlements and other litigation factors, situations, but it's also going to be the last day that the House is going to be in session as well. And then next week, on the 21st, the Senate goes to recess as well. So watch for this thing to get a little bit shaky here. We have the Federal Reserve meeting taking place tomorrow, okay? And then we're going to see the SEC's voting to overhaul. They have a major vote on the Wall Street regulations and how the markets operate. A major overhaul not seen in decades is going to be voted on the 14th. And then on the 15th, they're going to be meeting, talking about all those issues. And we got the rumors from Charles Hoskinson that potentially the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit would be settling up on the 15th, I guess. Okay, so we're not, banking on that. We're not going to take that to the bank yet, but let's watch this week. Let's watch the next couple weeks here, guys. I'm telling you right now, As we transition into this new year, I'm expecting some major action, major volatility, and be ready, because it's going to be short-lived, okay? But we want to snipe those deals. You know, we want to take advantage of that when it does occur. Set our limit orders so when these exchanges can hopefully have some liquidity and hopefully get our orders to go through, okay? All right, so we got that covered. Now, in regards to the SEC and protecting investors, Stuart Alderati, to be clear, the SEC tags along complaint. The SEC's tag along complaint against SBF seeks to recover funds for FTX sophisticated equity investors, not the consumers who have been left holding the bag in bankruptcy court. So important to note that, right, guys, is that no one's getting protected other than the institutional investors with what the SEC is doing. And they're just trying to piggyback on the Department of Justice that has now filed charges against Sam Bankman-Fried. So the SEC just wants to tag along, right? You guys know the deal, and we're exposing that in real time. Huge shout out to Stuart Alderati, Chief General Counsel at Ripple. Now, next one here, breaking. Binance customer withdrawals exceed 3 billion in 24 hours. I hope this is you guys. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Whale chart and crypto whale, huge shout out there. Yeah. So that, like I said, it's been confirmed now, 3 billion in 24 hours. And then we've also saw transactions, massive amounts of Tether getting loaded up onto Binance as well. So it looks like they are trying to cover. They definitely have been exposed to the crypto chaos and the liquidity crisis that continues to expand. And now we're seeing Binance get hit hard. It's particularly hard. And this could be major because I think that Binance is, at the time of this recording, the largest exchange in the world. Okay, so to see the biggest player go, and then we know how closely, and we know that they've been guilty of using the Tether stablecoin as well. And you guys know where that's going to, okay? Now, and we're seeing stuff like this. And this is why we're getting our funds off of these exchanges. Dr. Craig Wright, which whatever your opinion is on Craig Wright, I really, haven't really researched too deep on Craig Wright and his whole story because I just don't really care about Bitcoin too much. But yeah, Craig Wright did complete analysis of the spread from the top 45 exchanges. More than 29 million Bitcoin was for sale. So right now, there's 29 million Bitcoin for sale, and that's an unconfirmed number, but you guys get the point. There is way more. These order books are all manipulated, and Tether's been the main tool, right? But then these exchanges have used their own token to prop up liquidity on their exchanges as well. And that's what we said about Binance. That's what we said about crypto.com, all their tokens, is we said really the main utility is going to be providing liquidity on their own exchange. And that doesn't seem to be a major utility that we want to invest in. And sure enough, not only have these exchange tokens been smacked, but these exchanges are going bust, right? And barely handling the outflows that we're seeing right now at Binance. Now, good news we got from Uphold. We'll support the upcoming Flare airdrop following the token distribution event on 1/9/23. So Flare, the Spark tokens, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think that they're just calling it the Flare token now. I don't think that they're calling it Spark anymore. Let me know in the comments down below. But this is good to see. Uphold will be supporting the Flare airdrop. And now we are still waiting for Coinbase and Brian Armstrong to see what they do. Okay, now next one. This one's very important. Algorand chosen as blockchain, as public blockchain to support digital guarantees platform in Italy. Now, a lot of people are reporting this news about Algorand getting selected here. This is a pretty cool partnership. But guys, this is one of those deals that I've been telling you guys about where they're not using the Algorand token. I would love to report that this is a proof of concept for the Algorand token, but really this is just them kind of showcasing and showing them they're having a little event with a little group, and they're basically Algorand showing them how they could implement distributed ledger technology. Now, of course, I'm sure maybe they are showing a little use case there with Algorand, but there's no like where it just says proof of concept on Algorand. Like it doesn't even say that they're using their blockchain. So once again, I consider this a consultation where many other quote unquote influencers would tell you that this is a partnership, would tell you that this is adoption. Now, this is good, right? The fact that they're in the room, the fact that they're at the table is important. But I just, wanted to kind of clarify my take on this and kind of how I define true adoption and the difference between partnerships and consultations. which, it's a partnership, it's a strategic alliance, it's a friendship, it's a photo op, it's something to report. But it's much different from actual use of the token, like we're seeing with on-demand liquidity, where these financial institutions are buying XRP from Ripple so that they can use it for liquidity, use it for their own utility. And with these other blockchains, I get excited about them. They're nice, they're cute, but I just haven't seen the real adoption of the actual token, of the actual currency. And so that's a key distinction that I just wanted to make, because a lot of people are sharing this news that's major bullish, expecting Algorand to pump. And maybe Algorand did pump a little bit today off this news. But to me, this is a consultation, not a partnership, not adoption, not use of the token. Now, nonetheless, it is good. It is good. But it's just a completely different situation with what we're seeing with Ripple XRP right here. Wrath Economan. Brief overview. Last month, Ripple user Intergyro won hottest fintech startup at the Europass Tech Startup Awards. Who are they? Intergyro is a Swedish fintech company that offers corporates a digital alternative to traditional banks in transactions, card issuance, and card redemption. The focus is on offering services for small and medium-sized companies. They are a card acquirer, issuer, FX, and bank account provider with B2B and B2B2C platforms. Quote, "We are not just the tech layer sitting on top, we own the full regulatory and tech stack," said the CEO. Devil in the details, as Leonidas pointed out. Intergyro was originally branded as FTCS, the name in the Ripple PR. As of 2019, they stated they planned to use Ripple tools. No further confirmation found since. It was reported when they connected with Ripple user Currency Cloud in 21, though. Okay. Ripple regionals in London. RippleNet, instant payments. The future is now. This is an Intergyro post from February 7th, 2019. So huge shout out to Wrath Economan, one of the OG researchers within this space. We have another one. Payments Canada notes CIBC using Ripple's blockchain-based solution for cross-border payments in this report. Canadian payments method and trends 2022. Now, this is the thing I will say about Algorand and others, not to beat up Algorand. Like, you get them in the door by showing them just blockchain, right? Because everyone agrees upon that. Everyone loves blockchain now. That was the word last bull run. Now we have NFTs. Now we have Web3. But people are still fans of blockchain, right? But now we see that we've grown to 20,000 plus cryptocurrencies, and for a lot of these projects, they're showing up, they're doing photo ops, they're doing little, trials, showing people how to use blockchain. But there's a whole different deal between showing them how to use a blockchain and getting them to actually buy the currency and hold the currency and use the currency. Now, we've talked about how with RippleNet clients, 75% of Ripple's 400 plus banks and financial institutions are not using XRP. But the big deal is regulatory hurdles, okay? Which is what's interesting about that partnership there. That first one that I mentioned, Intergyro, is they talk about having the full regulatory and tech stack, said the CEO. So that's important right there, right? Okay, now continuing on, what is Ripple up to? Let's check it out. We are working in a winter wonderland with Steph Curry and Eat, Learn, Play at the 10th annual Christmas with the Currys and their commitment to serve kids, families, and the wider community in Oakland, California. Now, I wanted to point this out, Ripple being a little sponsor of this event. And then if you look at this picture over here, we see that Ripple is on the left side. And quick note, as someone who has, paid for sponsoring little events, sponsoring little deals like this, I can tell you right here that on the left side, where they're a little bit bigger, that means the big boys are cutting the big checks. And you got Comcast, Ripple, Chase, Bloomberg, Philanthropy, you got these bigger projects, right? And then on the right side, you got the other little sponsors, Lyft, Netflix, cutting their, or I can't even tell who that is, Lyft, some of these other little, but obviously Ripple's on the left side there, cutting the big boy check. You know how Ripple does it, okay? And we love to see that, the work that they're doing, not just within crypto here, but the charity work, the inclusion, everything that they're doing there at Ripple. We love it. Now, continuing on, the vibe, the energy from that Swell conference was massive, and we're still showing you guys clips. We're still talking about this event that took place in London. And Ripple says right here, there was incredible energy at Ripple Swell Global 2022 around the real-world benefits of crypto-powered business solutions. Relive some of the best moments from this year's events. Let me play this clip here, this little montage for you guys real quick.
The financial industry needs to come on board. There is no other way for blockchain and these business models to go mainstream without the financial industry. We are seeing enormous amounts of demand from our financial institution, traditional players who say, how do I get in there and provide solutions that my consumers are asking for?
Crypto means business. Together with regulatory clarity, we'll make sure that transparency and trust are the bedrock of what crypto is built on.
I'm a big proponent that we should be regulating activity, but not technology. We end up all tied up in thinking about crypto. We ignore some of the real benefits that can bring on a B2B level for moving value around the world.
Most of us here are all trailblazers to these technologies. We came onto the RippleNet first and then found a case with the HODL and then moved to the next level.
It's absolutely huge. We can scale up, scale down. We know when our peaks are and we can give the Ripple team a heads up. It's just an incredible, liberating process. We want to grow. There's no roadblocks to that.
A lot of banks are saying we are tech companies giving financial solutions. It's not the fiat world and the crypto world. It's all embedded.
One of the things that we find very important about blockchain, and specifically XRP, is this ability to have individuation for these carbon credits as they come through. That's super important to developing the carbon market.
I truly think that CBDCs will be an enabler of innovation. There's literally, endless potential use cases.
Your courage to build with us is helping create a game-changing infrastructure that really better the world.
And there you have it, folks, a game-changing infrastructure that will benefit the world. That's what we're talking about. Now, if you guys are watching this after the fact and that little clip from Swell was deleted out, it's because we got a copyright strike. Hopefully that music is not copyrighted. But, quick point, I didn't see anybody wearing Sam Bankman-Fried sweatpants at that conference. I didn't see any Vitalik Buterin unicorn t-shirts, right? A group of professionals building out game-changing infrastructure while the fraudsters are getting arrested, while the rest of the space is wondering, are we ever going to recover? Full speed ahead, meeting in London, the financial capital of the world, for all of us to see, building game-changing infrastructure to benefit the world. It's just two different realities from what's taking place, with the rest of the crypto kids, with the rest of the crypto chaos, and the professionals here. Crypto means business. The motto and the mantra, right, that Ripple was giving us there. And just an incredible production, incredible event, and really just proud of Ripple and what they've been accomplishing over there. And, once this case is behind us, you guys already know what's going to happen, right? It's not a matter of some cute little solutions over here. It's a matter of putting a dent in the universe, making XRP a world reserve currency, making XRP as liquid as a G10 currency, right? And so then it's up to the kids to figure out the market cap bro calculation on how rich we're going to get. But like I say, if we're 10% right, it's going to be a life-changing opportunity in my opinion. And there's no one else in the space that is getting the most, as much adoption as we're seeing over here at Ripple. It's just truly incredible. I got further good news for you guys here. We got Flare Finance. It was great to catch up with the Zenfin official team on the next steps to launch the bridge. We agreed on one additional audit before launching the Songbird Flare XDC bridge. Okay, so we're going to have a little bridge between XDC and Songbird or Flare, I guess. Following our normal deployment process, cost and testing will occur first. So this is going to be good to see. XDC Flare coming January 9th. We love to see it. Mr. Lucky 2 Spot, thank you. We also didn't see Vitalik. Oh boy. Yeah, you guys are funny. Yeah. There was a different energy and vibe in that London Swell conference versus Vitalik's, between the sweatpants and the Sam Bankman-Fried man. Yeah, whatever they're doing over there with their little conferences and little get-togethers, their little parties. Yeah, I bet they're having lots of fun. Now, this is the co-founder of Zinfin. And so I thought this tied in really well. We see we're going to have a flare bridge with XDC. That's fantastic to see. Now the co-founder, Atul Kakade, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, my friend. Tokenization of gold might be the biggest use case in blockchain right now. As central banks keep stockpiling gold, XDC network is ready. Are you? We love to see that. He shares this article from The Economist, why central banks are stockpiling gold. And you guys know we've been talking about that, right? We've been talking about why we have physical precious metals on hand, why we've rolled over our 401k retirement accounts, why we have precious metals. I don't believe that, I actually do disagree with Atul on it being the biggest use case. I don't think that tokenization of gold is the biggest use case, but I do believe that tokenization of commodities is going to be absolutely massive. And I believe that providing liquidity for the derivatives market is going to be the biggest use case, which I think the XDC is going to be, ready to handle some derivatives, some payments in regards to that, tokenizing gold, commodities, and others. We're ready to tokenize the world, which is the whole thing. And we can debate, back and forth what the biggest use case is going to be. But we understand here, there's only a few blockchains that are truly ready to scale, be efficient, and are sitting at the tables that matter. And while the rest of the space has been playing around, ready to tokenize gold. We love to see it from Zinfin, and the XDC deep dive is going to be coming very shortly. Now, Mr. Intuitive, Troomers Only, shares this one. Never forget #silver. This is Donald Trump on January 7th, 2017. Silver is the most undervalued asset on the planet. It's been money for all of human history, and yet here it sits at $16.50 an ounce. Sad. So, folks, whether you like Trump or not, I think that we can all agree that these are suppressed assets, and we can agree that we got a few blockchains that are ready to tokenize these commodities, okay? And so we're going to cover ourselves on both bases. We're going to hold some of the technology that's ready to tokenize the world, and then we're going to hold some of the commodities as well, right? And then on the day-to-day basis, we're going to figure out how do we stack as much cash as possible so we can determine what we want to end up buying. As I roll into this final article here that I wanted to share with you guys here. Texas Runner DFF shares this. 10% of the country's volleys trillions of dollars in financial market ping pong during the CPI FOMC week. Meanwhile, 90% of the country struggles with the weight of 7% inflation. They don't know what a Fed speaker is. All they know is their wages don't cover their bills. And this is the real situation. See, this is why the Fed, in the situation where you got economists and all these people that are trying to trade the deal, are missing the reality of the situation and the fundamental analysis of understanding the impact of inflation being double what the reported number is. And then for anything that actually matters, it's like 20% plus, not 7%. If it's protein, if it's housing, if it's energy, it's well above 20%. And that's just in the United States. You guys in other countries in Europe, you guys are seeing much worse, right? And so there's a complete disconnect here. And the reason why I want to get everyone tapped in with my channel, my program, what am I trying to do here, is I want people to realize that you don't need to be, in the 1% to ride out this thing a little bit more comfortably. If you just get to the 10%, the top 10%, the wealthiest 10% of Americans own a record 89% of all U.S. stocks. Now, you know that we're not interested in the stock market. Thanks, really, but we'll pass on most of the stock market. Some pre-IPO plays on some innovations and companies, maybe. Okay, we see an opportunity. But the point being, right, is it's the same in real estate. It's the same in business. It's the same in the commodities markets, right? And it's basically the same in the crypto markets, is that you got that top 10% controlling over 90% of the assets. And so for me, the message that I have here tonight for you guys is that we don't need to be 1%ers. Like for me, I want to build generational wealth. I want to make a lot of money. But for the average person that's listening to me tonight and that, is part of this community, just applying the strategies, taking massive action, and then investing in these right assets can put us up into that top 10%, which is, I think, the real goal for me, is to get as many people as I can to that level that will be able to ride out this chaos, ride out this storm, this collapse, this reset comfortably. It's not guaranteeing generational wealth. It's not guaranteeing, models and bottles and, 4-hour work week. None of that. No. That's not what this program's about. This is about understanding that if we get our game up, we get our hustle up, we don't want to kill ourselves, but let's work smarter, not harder. But we have major amount of focus right now. Well, instead of being distracted watching nonsense, being distracted with, just randomly scrolling through our phone all day, right? Getting caught up in the masses, in that narrative, that program. Instead, if we focus on starting our side hustle, figuring out how we get a raise at our job, starting our business, growing our business, investing in real estate, stocking up on some precious metal commodities, getting ourselves some cryptocurrency, right? Other plans that we're taking advantage of as well, right? But that's just a few, okay? And amidst all of this, we've talked about our essentials and prepping being important because we knew. They were lying about inflation. They're going to continue to lie about it. And the situation is not getting fixed. Just because the inflation is down to 7.1%, that's not the situation on the street. That's not the situation in the real economy. Okay, so we have to understand that. And, it's unfortunate because I was watching another guy who made a video talking about basically mocking everyone who's about to get laid off and everyone who's about to lose their jobs, and mocking them and saying that he was about to get rich off that. And the reason why I took issue with it in particular today is because this same guy's been shilling you guys a melt-up theory. This same guy's been shilling you all sorts of bullshit tokens. This same guy's been a sellout on everything that's collapsing right before us. So to then come here today without giving us a warning, during this whole bear market, we've gone down 75%. You've been shilling a melt-up theory, and now you want to make a video mocking the people that are about to get wiped out in this and say that you're about to get rich? See, for me, I come from a place of compassion, but I also laid it freaking down for everyone. No, we're not going to 100K. Yes, the bear market begins in December. Yes, there's going to be a sacrifice last month. Full, blood moon, lunar eclipse. To the freaking T. No, there was never going to be a melt up. And so, how are you going to mock these people without giving them the information, the data, and the strategies that matter, that allow them to save themselves? So, I get frustrated when I see that. It's unfortunate. But that's why we continue to show up. That's why we continue to press on with our program, right? We don't got time for these clowns. Are you kidding me? We are so far ahead of these guys running real businesses, making investments that, yeah, they've been beat up. Yeah, they've been smacked. Yeah, they've been suppressed. That's the point. They've been suppressed. They haven't been pushed by you shills. Did I miss what annual salary or net worth classifies you as a top 10% or 1%? I believe, that's a good question, that the 1% make 400 grand per year, if I'm not mistaken, in the United States. I believe that the top 1% of earners make 400 grand per year. But this stat that I'm reading off in particular, the wealthiest 10% of Americans own a record 89%. This is off the wealthiest, not top income earners. Right? But man, it just makes me frustrated to see, these guys that it's like, it was just so distasteful, right? Like mocking all of the tech people that were about to get. Now, for me, I've been pointing out too, a lot of these people, they weren't going to have a job. Yeah, you were just hanging out. You were just playing around, working from home, whatever you were doing, and that obviously was going to get cleaned out, right? That had to get cleaned out. That's a function of the markets. But for you to shill a melt up theory for like this whole bear market, right? You've been shilling melt up. And meanwhile, we've been shorting the hell out of Bitcoin, grew our trading bag 100%. I'm like, why are you mocking the people that you haven't given any program? You haven't given any strategies. You haven't given anything. Now you're going to mock them? Distasteful. Could never be us. Could never be us. You guys know we just keep it real. We stack our precious metals. We got our cryptocurrencies. And amidst all this chaos, we don't lose any sleep because we've invested in the game-changing infrastructure. We're not going anywhere. Okay. What else are we working up, guys? 600 in the YouTube chat, 45 minutes on the live stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you guys haven't already, please smash that thumbs up. And like I said, if you want to take advantage of the Discord promotion that we're running right now till the end of the year, if you pay for a year upfront in advance, not only will you get 16% off your membership, but you also will get a free one-on-one 30-minute session with myself as well. And we can do anything from hangout. I'm not here to be your financial advisor, by the way. This is not going to be financial advice in those one-on-one sessions, but we can hang out. We can talk about what you got. We can talk about what I got. You can ask me particular questions, and I'm really looking forward to the opportunity. So, and like I said, talk to your tax professional because you might be able to write off your Discord as well. If you got a business and you're going to, count this as business education, which we're going to be dropping the business education as we finish off our business program. We've done 3 installments of the business development program so far, many more to come. Okay. You're going to be getting that included with your Discord membership. Okay, but take advantage of that. Between now and the end of the year, if you pay for a year up front, you get it discounted 16%. You get a little bit more of a tax write-off right now as we're coming here to the end of the tax season. Okay, and you're going to get that free one-on-one session with myself for 30 minutes. So I'm really looking forward to that, guys. Take advantage of it. Links on down below. And that is not for the 5-spot. Okay, I appreciate all of the 5-spot supporters. Thank you so much for those of you guys that are buying us a coffee and adult beverage every month and showing us some support and love. I appreciate that. That does not include the Discord membership. That is going to be the top tier to get you in that Discord membership. So if you're looking to take advantage of that, it's zachrector.com or the Patreon link down below, okay? Take advantage of it before the end of the year, and you will be getting a free one-on-one 30-minute session with myself, okay? We can have fun. We can have an adult beverage. We can talk about your business. I'm really looking forward to it. So take advantage, guys. Now, the SBF stuff, man, it's all getting exposed. It's going to get exposed further. You guys are seeing that. You guys are watching Twitter. So that's why I didn't really cover too much of the SBF stuff tonight. What's up, guys? Let's hang out here, run up the Q&A session. Love my business. Veterinarian thrived with. Yeah, there you go. OC, I love that. The veterinary business is great, and it's a great one to roll up too. If you're looking to grow your veterinary business, it's a great one to roll up. It's a great time right now to grow externally while other businesses are going into recession, going into retreat, ready to turn the key, ready to give up their business. Now's a great time for you to show up and be that solution for them. So now's a great time. In my 3rd installment of my business development program, I talked about growing your business, internal versus external growth. This is exactly what I'm talking about right here. I don't think that ICP will give us a better asset than XRP, but let's see. Yeah, I'm not a fan of ICP. I'm not. I haven't really looked into it too deep, though. I get what they're trying. It's a very ambitious goal, but yeah. For me, I like currencies. There's a difference between a currency and a utility token, right? Like, although XRP, XLM, these are all utility tokens, they actually function as currencies too, though. Medical, yeah, exactly. So there's so much opportunity in the medical field. I think right now, healthcare is a very pressing issue on the top of people's minds. People want the truth about healthcare. Yeah, great opportunities. Great opportunities. Your thoughts on the Sprint court case? I don't know what the Sprint court case is. Please speak on the Brunson Supreme Court case. Yeah, Johnny. So on January 6th, I actually just watched an interview with Roy Brunson, I think is his name. There's a few brothers, the Brunson brothers, that are filing this case. And yeah, it's made it to the Supreme Court. January 6th is going to be the conference. So we're going to have to watch out for that one. That's a major, major deal. Like I said, going back, let me pull this out. Let me pull this out real quick for you guys. This is what I had shared with my Discord group on our Saturday weekly call. The hearing date with FTX was today. We have Rupert Murdoch being deposed. That's the CEO of Fox News. He's going to be deposed on the 13th and the 14th, and that's in the Dominion defamation lawsuit. Coming back to our elections, we obviously have the Fed meeting today and tomorrow. We have the SEC voting on Wall Street overhaul on the 14th. Okay, and then we have the Texas BlackRock hearing on ESG standards on the 15th. We have the SEC Sunshine Act. We just added that in today's session. The SEC Sunshine Act, where they're going to be meeting, talking about ongoing litigation and cases, is going to be on the 15th. And that's the same day that Charles Hoskinson said that the Ripple case could be settling up. Something to watch. We're not banking on it yet. But the House goes to break at the end of this week. So in regards to our Congress, the House is going to finish off this week. And then next week, the Senate finishes off on the 21st. So they're all going to be gone. They all head out. And they are not going to be coming back, right, for a while. But then we also have this case, look into it, Brunson versus Adams Supreme Court, and they have a conference scheduled on January 6th. And I think that that's going to be an interesting case, to say the least. I worry about talking about the specifics on the case, but look into it, Brunson versus Adams Supreme Court case, January 6th conference. JJ, I like that. Disabled veteran owned and operated company that consults the tax break for disabled vet businesses is insane. Interesting. Yeah, right there. Supreme Court 22380 is the docket for anyone who wants to look up the court case. Dylan, thank you for dropping that. That's interesting. 2238. We look at the numerology, 2238. Ripple was number 38 on the CNBC disruptor list, and 38 is also sacrificing gematria. I still got my gematria numbers up in my head. Trump will be back. Yeah, I do think that I do think that Trump will be our president again. That's not my opinion on Trump. That's just how I think it'll play out historically. Will SBF be living in a 5-star jail? I think that they had to definitely contain SBF. I guess I haven't really spoke on SBF yet here today, other than to say he was arrested. You guys already know that. But the reason why I think he was is because they had to contain him. See, in the 3-letter agencies and the way that our government and the cabal operates, for that matter, when you're done with the asset, you dispose of it. Hope it works out for him. Hope it works out for him. When you're done with the asset, you dispose of it. Think of a gentleman with the initials JE. You guys know how we operate here. Australian property market is some of the most inflated in the world. This recession will be a buying opportunity of a lifetime. Asset fire sale. Yes, and thank you for reminding me about that. To the Discord group, I want to let you guys know that we're scheduling our next real estate session in the Discord group as well. So, excuse me. Something else to look forward to. I don't know if we're going to be able to get it in by the end of this year, but I'm talking with some of the members, and yeah, we're going to run up another real estate. Excuse me. We're going to run up another real estate session in the Discord group as well. Now, if you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, in our Discord group, we've done some sessions. We've done many classes, webinars, and I let other people join. I do my own deep dives within the Discord group, but we've done a few real estate deep dives, and this is where we get a chance to talk about real strategies that people are implementing within the group, talk about real deals that they're looking at, that they're doing. And so that's another way that we cover the real estate asset class. within the Discord group. Can I get a let's go, Brandon? Yeah, so Brandon thinks that we've cut our national debt by 1.7 trillion. We've actually grown it by 3.7 trillion. So Sam Bankman-Fried. Unbelievable. Sam the Bankman has been freed. They used him as a puppet to bring in regulations for the whole cryptocurrency space, and so that Wall Street and all of the players could corner the market. That's essentially what we're watching in real time with the SBF FTX fiasco. Bro, when is XRP going up? I think the XRP is going to be going up within the next year. I said that last year. Said it the year before. Said it the year before that. And if we haven't moved up, I will say it again next year. Okay? I think the XRP is ready to absolutely melt faces on the pump, guys. You guys don't understand, like, once again, embarrassing the XRP community. Yeah, I mean, there's some embarrassing people in the XRP community, but, to each their own. I don't really care what your opinion is on us because, like I said, we're getting it done. We believe that success is our duty. Nothing can stop what is coming. And the great part about this is that all truth is being revealed in the process as well. So we're in a fight against evil. These people on the lower level make fun of us because XRP hasn't gone up. The crypto kids make fun of us because they made a little bit of money off of some meme coin. They flipped NFTs and were a genius. They got a 4-hour work week business that they made 10 grand last month and they think that they should flex. That's the haters that we're dealing with, right? It's just, and they call us embarrassing. Good luck, God bless to them, right? Hey, each their own. At least we don't wear salmon shirts. I thought you guys liked the salmon shirt. You guys don't like the salmon shirt? Rios is a Democrat. Yeah, Rosie Rios at the tables that matter. And that's what we're looking at. Jericho, what's good, bro? Good to see you, bro. Rapid fire questions. Okay, let's go rapid fire. I never actually go rapid fire. See you soon. Yeah. We'll see what happens. You guys are funny in the chat. We are looking at a manipulated market and a speculative market. Wait until you see the utility market. Yeah, it's going to be massive. Massive. ODL isn't in full use. They are running fiat right now. And that's the opportunity, right? Is that only 25% of RippleNet clients are actually using XRP. And that's because of regulations. They don't have clear rules of the road, so they can't use XRP yet. But they've partnered up with Ripple. They're using RippleNet, and then all it takes is the flip of the switch. Okay, let's start settling in XRP. And that's the on-demand liquidity adoption that you're seeing in these other countries that have regulations set. Like, partnering up with the biggest crypto exchange in Latin America, Bitso, you're seeing a record amount of XRP that's going to Bitso. And that's what Ripple's doing with their XRP is they're just giving it to, financial institutions like Bitso that have regulatory clarity and can actually use XRP for ODL. That's who they're giving the XRP to. And then they just keep the rest for themselves. RippleNet used without XRP, dark horse, yes. So 75% of RippleNet clients, give or take, this isn't exact, but it's about 75% of RippleNet clients are not using XRP. It's only 25% of RippleNet clients that are using XRP. Anyone using the ODL has XRP, Zach? Yes. There's RippleNet and there's on-demand liquidity. On-demand liquidity uses XRPs exclusively now. There used to be X current, X via, X this, X that. Now it's basically just like you're basically a RippleNet client. And then if you have regulations, if you're allowed to use XRP, then you become an on-demand liquidity customer that uses and settles with XRP. If the flip is switched, you will never be able to buy XRP max. Such a great point, right? Is there's not enough supply for us to just keep buying XRP forever, keep stacking our bags, right? There will be a supply shock at some point, and that's because we're seeing that Ripple's only giving it to the institutions that are using XRP for on-demand liquidity. Oh gosh, Poker Troller, I can't even answer that question. What's my adult beverage? You guys would make fun of me if I told you what my adult beverage is, so I'm not going to. I'm not going to give you guys that ammo tonight. Is Sam in self-custody? That's a good one. What else, guys? If you haven't already, guys, please smash that thumbs up for me on YouTube. White Claw? No, I swear I wouldn't never. I wouldn't dare. Actually, I don't really like White Claws that much. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the claws. No. Let me know what you guys think I'm drinking in the comments. Let me know what you guys think I am. Blue Moon? Gosh, I'm not that soft. Blue Moon? Modelo. Maximus, that's a very good guess. That's very close. I've been on a Rona kick. I definitely have. Bud Light Lime. There it is. The Bud Light Lime. I apologize, guys. But during a bear market, without XRP going to the moon, I'm stuck drinking the Bud Light Lime, man. Tough times in the bear market. Bourbon whiskey. You guys would be able to tell if I was drinking whiskey tonight. You guys can tell on the whiskey and the wine nights. Jay, yes, I appreciate you, brother. That was a good session. Yeah, it was good to get caught up with you. Yeah, had a great conversation yesterday with one of the Discord members. I got inspired to actually make a video. It's going to be coming here soon. And I'm going to be comparing market cap versus liquidity value is the term that I've come up with. So basically, you got your market cap calculation, and then you got the liquidity value. And that's basically like Ripple just reported that there's only been about 30 billion in settlement on on-demand liquidity basically over the past few years. So the liquidity value of ODL over a 3-year period has been 30 billion. So let's just say like 10 billion per year. That's nothing, right? 10 billion over a year, that's nothing, right? But that's because we're just getting started. We're just firing up the corridors. We're just starting to flip the switch on country by country, region by region. As soon as regulations get passed, we can flip the switch on, right? But yeah. Here we go. We got Reg Z up in here too. But there's a difference between market cap and liquidity value, which, like I said, the liquidity value so far has been about 30 billion worth of settlement on on-demand liquidity so far, which is nothing, okay? But just wait. Just wait till we're doing $30 billion a day. Just wait till we're settling trillions of dollars daily, okay? That's going to be a different calculation for the market cap bros out there. The market cap bros cannot make that distinction. There is market cap and there is liquidity value. And the way that you come up with the liquidity value, I'll give you guys the equation right here so everyone can punch it in their calculators all night and figure out how rich we're going to get off our 2000 XRP that we do our Ripple XRP prayer ritual every night, just praying God that our 2000 XRP brings us generational wealth. Here's the calculation. You figure out, basically you start with the end in mind. You figure out how much do I need to settle per day. If it's Swift, it's $5-6 trillion daily. We always use that example because it's very well known. So if you're Swift, you need to settle $5-6 trillion daily. Okay, let's start. What's your supply? You have 1 billion XRP tokens to settle that value amount. Okay, so you have 1 billion XRP. How often can you turn that XRP over? So every 3.5 seconds, the ledger settles with 1 XRP, right? So you figure out how quickly can you turn over that XRP, and then you figure out what price you need the XRP token to be at so that you can provide that liquidity value. So it's supply by how often can I turn it over times your price is going to give you your liquidity value. That's a completely different calculation than market cap. And it's an important distinction that needs to be made. Okay, so Dark Horse says that 20 million required every 4 seconds for 156 trillion. Okay. We'll trust you, bro, on your calculations. Feels like I'm sitting in church with a dodgy priest at the helm. Man, Kiwi, I'm not telling you what to believe in. I'm not telling you what to invest in. I'm talking about what we're doing, our program, our faith, our conviction. Yeah, we get called cult. We get called this, that, whatever. Ain't nobody calling us broke. Ain't nobody telling us that we ain't hustling, that we ain't moving and building generational wealth. Don't got it yet. Sure. Okay. Nothing's going to stop us from building it, though. Achieving generational wealth, not just on the meme bros. Want to be crypto? Thank you. Yeah, good to see you. But that's the calculation. The supply of the tokens, how quickly can you turn it over, times the price of the token that you need to give you the liquidity value. So the market cap bros can play with those numbers all night. Aren't XRP sales Ripple's main source of revenue? Honest question. They have been a significant portion of their revenue, yes. Yeah. But a key distinction needs to be made as far as Ripple's revenue and their sales of XRP. When we look, since about 2019 is when Ripple started just exclusively giving XRP to on-demand liquidity partners. So they stopped giving it to exchanges. They stopped giving it to exchanges where me and you, Joe Blow, can acquire it. And now they're only giving it to institutions that can use XRP. So they've been doing that for years. So they're basically only selling XRP into the markets to clients and customers that are using XRP for utility liquidity. 80% of the escrow they've returned back to themselves. And I assume that they believe that the future value of XRP must be more than today's present value. Otherwise, they would be dumping more of the XRP. So don't confuse the facts. Don't confuse the fact, oh, Ripple's only making money because they're selling XRP. No. That's what the liars that are feeding you misinformation and disinformation about Ripple XRP because they're Bitcoin maxis, or they're little crypto kids that look at all the other little projects that are cute thinking that they're going to do something. Versus how much they buy back. Exactly, Jay. They bought $2.5 billion worth of XRP in Q3. And then they return. So here's the thing. They would not have to buy that $2.5 billion worth of XRP if they just released all of the escrow. They get $1 billion escrow per month of XRP. If they just released all of it, then they wouldn't have to shell out $2.5 billion cash. Which, by the way, who in the crypto space actually has $2.5 billion cash, to just throw around like that? So that's a data point in itself. But then the fact that they're locking up that XRP, 80% of the escrow has been getting locked back up for a 55-month escrow lock. It's a time-locked escrow for 55 months. When you put it back in, it's locked up for another 55 months. For years. So obviously, one would be safe to assume, right, that they think that the future value of XRP is probably going to be a little bit more than today's 40-cent value. You know, and the institutions and clients that they have that need to buy XRP, they've been selling it to them. And it's been about 20% of the XRP that they've been getting released from escrow. ODL needs bigger bandwidth usage to increase XRP value. No flip switch needs more money moved. Well, we need regulations here passed in the United States and in Europe. Once we get that, we open up pools of liquidity that will make the current crypto space look like a child's play. You know, the institutional pools of liquidity make what we've done so far in crypto look like amateur hour, which is what it is. I mean, it really is. We're talking about settling trillions of dollars per day, not just in one network. Like, it's not just one network that is trillions of dollars per day. Like, there's multiple. You got Swift, you got ACI worldwide, you got all sorts of money flowing every single day. Security settlement. What did, you know, the DTCC just did $2.4 quadrillion worth of security settlement last year. Yeah, 2021. Yeah, I got to remember because I got a friend at the DTCC, so I was talking with him about this, and he says, yeah, it's only going to grow from here. Yeah, it's only going to grow from here, and they're moving all their where they're custodying, and they're moving some of their operations around too. That my insider at the DTCC has been telling me that, and we were talking about, man, they just did 2.4 quadrillion in security settlement last year. Are they growing? Are they expanding? He said, yeah. 2.4 quadrillion. That's a good looking shirt, Men's Warehouse. I might have got it from Men's Warehouse. I don't know. Yeah, I do shop at Men's Warehouse. Yes. I don't know if I got this shirt in particular there. I'm out in the middle of nowhere where we don't really got all the designer clothes and none of that. We got like one place to get a dress shirt and suit. The Conscious Cat, 10 spot. As always, great job, Zach. Do you think we'll reach a settlement on the 15th, and will that give green light to reflect price action? Also, why isn't it mandatory to use XRP as bridge token on the ODL? It is. The Conscious Cat. Yeah, everyone on ODL is using XRP. The people that are on RippleNet are not necessarily using on-demand liquidity XRP. So let's make this very clear. There's RippleNet, and then there's on-demand liquidity. Okay. Only 25% of the RippleNet clients are using on-demand liquidity, which settles exclusively in XRP. The RippleNet clients are still settling in fiat. Yeah. They're RippleNet clients that are using RippleNet liquidity, but they're not settling in XRP. I see you in the chat, Dark Horse, and here's the thing, man. I see that you're saying max $30 for XRP. Do you realize what that does for most of us holders? Like, right? Like $10, $20, $30. Do you realize that, I mean, that's enough. Bro, that's enough to get excited about. I mean, we're talking about, let's see, a 10x would take us to $5, right? So we're talking 20, 30, 40, 50x. Brother. Brother in Christ. Brother in Allah. Whoever you want to vibe with. Brother in catch a vibe, my friend. This is one of the greatest opportunities. Doesn't matter what we think about long-term 10K or not. And who's going to settle the 2.4 quadrillion? You know, what ledger is going to do it? That's just what I ask. 2.4 quadrillion in security settlement. quadrillions of dollars in derivatives. 1.2 quadrillion at Swift per year. It's even more actually in the ACI worldwide is over 2 quadrillion, right? I don't know if my numbers right, because they're $14 trillion per day, ACI worldwide. Every day. And then people are confused about this buyback too. People are really confused about this buyback proposal. I don't think that the buyback proposal, let me get my red folder. Let me get the red folder out for everyone. Let me get out the term sheet. Let me get out the proposed transaction from my good friend Jimmy. Proposed terms for the purchase of XRP tokens from participating token holders. And we got the red lines here because we added in the Department of Treasury, which I love to see. We love to see. As Americans who are trying to figure out, how we fix our bankrupt country, we got to address and send this to the Department of Treasury too, along with the Federal Reserve, the 12 Fed offices, and of course, addressing it to Jerome Powell. Yeah. The proposed transaction. Now, I don't think that proposal is going to get accepted, but it's important for us to make our claims loud, early, and often because we're talking about assets that are going to be very important to the new financial system, the base infrastructure of the new financial system. And we've seen what has happened in the past, historical precedent of them taking the gold. Now, here right next to me, I got some silver. I don't have any gold. I don't own any gold. But I do have silver. And you guys understand what happened in the 30s when they made it illegal, right, to basically own gold. They bought it back, they shortchanged Americans, and then they set the price higher after they acquired all the gold back. So we have precedent in this country of our government doing this to us. So we better make our claims heard loud, early, and often on what we think the value of our XRP is. And as I made, the video about Songbird being able to legally steal our Coinbase, legally being able to steal our Songbird and our Flare because of the new laws that are getting passed, the UCC laws. Uniform Commercial Code, specifically the Article 12 that they're trying to add to the UCC. This is laws that are getting adopted as we speak, as we're all distracted by the SEC lawsuit and everything else going on in the news. They are passing laws underneath us that would potentially undermine our rights to our tokens and our, us token holders and investors in digital assets. We need to understand what they're doing right now. The Article 12 take free rule would basically allow the purchaser of your property to take your property, and their rights and ownership to that property would be superior to yours if you don't make a claim within 2 years. Guys. This is not a game. This is not a joke. This is in my red folder. Wyoming state law that's already been passed with 3 other states. 4 states have now passed this. Wyoming statutes, a transferee takes a digital asset free of any security interest 2 years after the transferee takes the asset for value and does not have actual notice of an adverse claim at any time during the 2-year period. In other words, this is from Jimmy Valley. In other words, it's extremely important during these uncertain times that all XRP token holder claims be made early, often, loud, and publicly for all to see. Now, this is the Article 12 take free rule. Already been passed in Wyoming. For example, consider the Songbird tokens that were airdropped to XRP token holders on Coinbase. If Coinbase sells those Songbird tokens to a third-party purchaser for value, and the purchaser has no knowledge that Coinbase has constructively converted those Songbird tokens from XRP token holders, the purchaser's rights become superior to the XRP token holders. Consider further the adverse claims being made by the United States SEC that XRP itself is a security and the associated cloud on title, resulting in a diminished fair market value for XRP. If that XRP is purchased, even by the Treasury or the Federal Reserve, for example, or taken for value without knowledge of XRP token holders' claims or competing rights, the Treasury, Federal Reserve, could argue probably successfully under the take-free rule that their ownership and control rights are superior to that of the XRP token holder. So, as I tried to make everyone aware of in my most recent videos, is this conversation has gone so much further than 50,000 XRP buyback from the Federal Reserve. Okay, forget about the Fed, forget about the price of XRP. Are you even going to have ownership of this property, right? We have to understand what these laws getting passed are going to do for the function of transferring digital assets, and potentially in this case too, they give the example, if your NFT was stolen and say you didn't make any claim within 2 years, the owner of that property now would have superior rights to you. The purchaser who didn't know of any existing competing claims would take ownership of that. So that's why not only have I been listening, I just spoke with Jimmy once again today, actually, Jimmy Valley, who's put together this whole proposal. I spoke with him today. And we've been speaking with the lawyers within the confidential committee, but I'm trying to seek out legal advice outside of that as well. And I'm going to be reporting as soon as possible as far as I figure out what measures I need to be taking upon the advice of my legal team, right? What liens, what claims, and I got my YouTube channel here where I've been talking about XRP being 10K. We don't shy away from the 10K conversation. And like I said, whether you believe that XRP is worth $5 or today's price of 50 cents, whatever it is, or you think XRP is worth 50,000, you better make a claim now, and it's up to us to justify that case. And it's up to us to actually understand our rights, before we get undermined here. This is serious. This is scary. I mean, Songbird, see, this is the thing. We're coming up on the 2-year anniversary of this Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. So our claims against the SEC here, I mean, what they've put us through over the last 2 years here is unbelievable. Completely held back not only XRP token holders, but the whole cryptocurrency space and innovation within the United States. So they haven't just harmed us XRP holders. I would make the case that they've harmed this whole country, right? But then that's a completely different conversation than the value of what we think our XRP is going to be, right? That's part of it. And whether you think it's 5, 50, a million, right? That's a whole different conversation versus is XRP going to be labeled a hybrid security? Are they going to try to buy it back? Are they going to try to take it? Are they going to try to shortchange us? It's unfortunate that we have to get lawyers involved. I've made this point a couple times now. I wish it didn't come to this. I wish we didn't have to get the lawyers. I wish we didn't have to have a confidential committee putting this all together, right? And legal minds working on how we can fix our country. I wish it didn't come to this, but this is where we're at. And this is why I respect Jimmy and the members of the group, is because they're in the same place as us. It's just regular folks, businessmen, trying to provide for their family. But we come from a standpoint of understanding that, one, the Federal Reserve isn't even constitutional, but two, our country's also bankrupt. And not only that, we're dealing with a corporation that is bankrupt. See, the Republic of the United States has been hijacked by a corporate entity of private central bankers and other interests within that entity that have undermined our people and undermined our currency, undermined the values that made us great and made us such a fantastic opportunity for those that were looking for freedom, independence, and the pursuit of happiness. And they are undermining us in every single way. We're in a fight, you know? But we're going to keep on pushing. We're going to keep on getting it. And I'll let you guys know as soon as I come up with, hey, I'm going down to my county courthouse to file this claim or this lien, whatever it has to be, I will let you guys know right away. You best believe that. And I want to make it clear that I'm not trying to spread fear. You know, we already got enough fear, uncertainty, and doubt within this market, within this space right now. I'm just trying to make us aware because this took me by surprise. I said, holy cow, this is completely different from 50K, bro. This is our fundamental rights as the property owners of this digital assets. Got to understand it. Got to sit down with the suits, with the lawyers, and figure out what we can do. Wish it didn't come to that. These people are evil. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap up this session, though. I do appreciate everyone for tuning in tonight. Major week and events ahead coming forward. Let's continue to stay tapped in. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up for me on the way out. And like I said, we're running that promo for the Discord group. If you pay for a year up front, not only will you get a discounted price on your membership, but you're also going to be able to take advantage of a free 30-minute one-on-one session with myself if you sign up by the end of the year. And then talk with your tax professional about writing off the cost of that Discord membership as well. Okay? God bless you all. I appreciate you guys so much. All the links for my affiliates are down below, and I appreciate all of your support so much. God bless you all. We will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.